Asia Carrera was a piano prodigy and straight-A student who turned to porn to escape a bad family situation. But after making a killing in adult movies, Asia nearly lost everything to a gambling addiction.
I spent days just in bed. I didn't even get out of bed some days. I just had no reason to get up. And if I could get myself to do some chores around the house or do something by promising myself an hour or two of gambling afterwards, I would do it.
Then, one email from fitness guru Don Lemon changed everything.
I met Don online. He contacted me to do an interview for one of his websites, and I checked out his site, and I was like, dude, you're pretty hot.
I met Don before she did. He goes, well, what do you think? What are you going to say to Asia? And I said, well, I'm going to tell Asia I think she ought to go out with you.
I fell so head over heels for him so fast that it just turned my life around. I didn't need to gamble anymore. I totally cleaned up my life. I was just in love. I was so happy.
As she turned 30, Asia's new peace of mind gave her the freedom to quit the sex industry.
Don just gave her some support so that she didn't have to be that persona that she had created.
Meeting Don was not like a second chance at happiness, it was like a first chance at happiness. I waited 30 years to meet him. He was everything. Everything that I had waited for. He was my soulmate.
3 months after they met, Asia and Don married. A year later, Asia had a baby girl named Catalina, and it wasn't long before the new mom was pregnant again.
Don made all of my dreams come true. He made me the perfect wife, the perfect mother. He just made me believe every day that I was everything he'd ever wanted, and he made me feel really good about me.
In June 2006, Don had to make a last-minute business trip to Vegas. Asia was 8 months pregnant and didn't want him to go.
I dropped to my knees and I wrapped my arms around his legs and I said, please don't go. And he goes, you're being dramatic. And I said, please don't go. And he was coming home to me. He was racing home to me because he missed me.
Mr. Lemon was traveling northbound on I-15 just south of our location here. The road veers slightly to the right for reasons unknown. Mr. Lemon allowed his vehicle to drift off the inside shoulder of the road. The Jeep Liberty he was driving rolled across both northbound travel lanes. He was pronounced dead on scene.
Asia got the news by telephone.
And then the woman asked me, are you Don's wife? And I said, yeah. She goes, your husband is deceased. And my whole world just stopped with the word deceased. Deceased. I'm 8 months pregnant and I've got a 1-year-old baby and my husband's deceased. What am I gonna do?
I think the dream that Asia has had about what she thinks her life should be, I think she just had it ripped out from underneath her.
Newly widowed, unemployed, and with 2 babies, Asia struggled financially.
Don didn't have any money in the bank when he died. He was of the mindset, you know, it's just money, I'll make more. He told me like when business picked up a little bit, he would get life insurance, but it hadn't picked up yet. And he was in debt in a number of different directions, and I had no idea.
But Asia's longtime admirers came to the rescue.
Her fans have just poured out love, attention, and money to her.
After Don died, it was an outpouring of support like you wouldn't believe. They've been so good to me. I mean, the house was just filled with things that people sent.
At 33, Asia Carrera has seen more than her share of adversity and survived it all.
Aside from Asia Carrera's career choices, this is a brilliant woman who's highly driven, who's very success-oriented, who is an achiever and will always be one, and we've not heard the last of her.
After enough time of saying one more day, it's like, hey, it's been a couple weeks, hey, it's been a couple months, and I'm doing it. And I'm not falling apart anymore, am I right?